Hey guys, Ray from Love You RV. Another dash cam video for you. I'm going to do a review of what's called a Blackvue dash cam. Anyway, about 7 years ago I got my first dash cam, which was a Garmin I got for Christmas from Anne, and really enjoyed it. I was able to get lots of cool footage off it, and also it's there in case if there's ever an accident. I have footage. You can see I've got a playlist here where I've put some of the better footage that I've got over the years. And also I started to review other ones that companies offered. There was the Akaso and Yomice, and recently a pair of Thinkware dash cams. They're quite a high-end dash cam that had quite a few cool features. And then just last month I reviewed a King Slim dash cam. So recently, a couple weeks ago, a company contacted me called Black Box My Car. You can see they list themselves as North America's largest dash cam supplier. So I kind of looked them up and found out they're actually based in Richmond, BC, which is not far from Vancouver Island, where I spend my summers. So they're actually a Canadian-based company. Looks like they have great support. They have phone numbers and everything, and email contacts. So it looks like they have a lot of backup. But what they do is they sell quite a few different brands. They're sort of a big distributor. I looked through what they had. They had a couple different brands to choose from. I've already done the Thinkware, but I've heard really good things about the Blackvue brand. So I asked if they had anything in that I could check out, and they sent me out this Blackvue DR750X-3Ch dash cam. So it's got the front-facing dash cam, a rear-facing dash cam, and an interior with infrared, so it lights up at night or whatever. Also has the enhanced parking mode, and it even has a cloud feature, which you can get a hotspot and then you can see the live view of the cams anywhere, or you get alerts if anybody hits your car or tries to break into your car. Anyway, I took them up on the offer, and today I'm going to do an installation of that in my vehicle. My 2018 Ram 3500, install the cameras, show you how to do that, and we'll have a quick look at the footage, and then I'll have a second video later on after I've used it a while, and we'll have a kind of an in-depth review. So let's go see what we get in the kit. So here's the complete kit. We'll start with the heart of it. That's your front facing dash cam. So it's got a bunch of connectors on this end that open up. You can put your SD card in there and connect the other cameras. It's got a button for Wi-Fi and then a power button or power input. It just uses the 3M tape to go against your windshield, and then you can push a button and adjust it. I like that you can adjust it kind of an infinite. A lot of them just go click, 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 but this one seems to have kind of an infinite adjustment. So you can get it just precise if you want. Also kind of cool, you just push that button and the thing comes out. So we'll just go like that, and then you could just leave that if you want to take your dash cam away, if you don't want to leave it in the car for some reason. But with the parking monitor, you mainly want to be leaving it. So there we go with that. And a lot of people will just use this, plugs into a 12-volt power socket, cigarette lighter type socket, and it's got a really good long length of wire, so you can run it and hide it and just use that. But I'm actually going to utilize the parking hardwire kit, so I'm going to have to go in there and find ground and a constant power and a switched power, accessory power, and it's already got the fuses built in and plugs into the camera up there, and lots of wire again. And then this thing, you can just go with the standalone, just the one dash cam, or this kit comes with two others. There's your rear, lots of wire again, so I can run it through the headliner all the way to my back window, and then have it pointed backwards. See the rear view. And then there's also another one that gives you kind of the cab view, and it's got two infrared lights, so at night it'll light up as well. A lot of people that drive Ubers and stuff like that like to have that, so they can for security. But I think it'd be kind of neat for my video. Also, if someone breaks into the car, you can kind of maybe get a shot of them. Then they also have this little extra piece here. There's a Allen key, opens it up, and it's just kind of a splitter. So if you want to add, you can add an optional LTE hotspot device that will plug into that, and then this plugs in to the camera. So you kind of gives you an extra slot to do that, so that you can do the cloud function, which I'll explain a little later. And then there's the owner's manual and a little kit with little clips to run the wiring, and a little tool to help you kind of pry apart the inside of the car so you can hide the wiring. So that's about it. I've done a few of these, so I kind of know my car wiring pretty good and how to string the wires. So we'll go out there and do it step by step for you. So I've gotten stuff kind of unbolted here to show you. On the pillar here, I've taken off the cover right there. It's only on this vehicle, it's just two 10mm bolts to pull off, and the thing comes right off and gives you a nice channel to run wires. So also the headrest will be able to tuck the wires behind. You can see over there I've installed a Thinkware X800 dash cam previously. I also in this vehicle have a GPS and a rear camera for my RV, my fifth wheel there, so I've had to do quite a bit of wiring, so it looks kind of like a very complex down there, but it's actually pretty simple. I'll explain it to you. So this, there's a piece that just pulls off here, clips in place, the whole dash thing. There's just a couple torque screws up here to pop off, and then everything just pulls off. And I could unplug my instrument panel there and get at things. So to connect power, what I did is some people will run it to their fuse box and use little clips to kind of piggyback onto fuses, or if they have a spare fuse spot in there, and find power that way. They can find accessory power, switchable power, or they can find constant like power from the battery. My fuse box is way up in my engine, near my engine in the front compartment, so it's quite a ways away. So what I did is I had a cigarette lighter socket here, 12-volt power socket, and it's keyed, so it's a switchable one. So I popped that off and spliced wires in there, power and ground there. And then I also have a constant power. Actually, I have a second battery in this thing that I just use for my dash cams. I'll show you that later. But that's what the connection over here is. So the yellow is going to my battery that I use for my dash cams. Or you could go to the vehicle battery. Like I say, I have a dedicated battery because that way I won't be running down my vehicle battery. Even though most of these dash cams, including the Blackvue, have a battery protection. It's just a way that I can separate my batteries, and actually I can run my parking monitor a lot longer and not worry about running down my battery. And then we have the red here, which is switched accessory power. And then black is going to ground. I already have one. Usually they come with, the hardware kit comes with a little thing like that. You just find a good frame ground, which I've already done previously, so I don't have to do that. And for connecting the wires, I've twisted them and soldered them. Some people will use those kind of snap lock Wago nuts, or butt connectors, your choice there. I just prefer to solder it. I like makes a really good joint, so I just solder it up and then tape it up. You can see this is actually from my Thinkware system, and it's up to a 5-camera system. I actually have side view cameras and stuff, so if you want to see that video, I'll link back to it. I'll link back to all my previous dash cam videos. But anyway, so I got it all connected here, and I'll be finished in here for now, so I'll be able to tape that up and put it back in place, and we'll continue on. I'll just run this line up along underneath, find a place underneath the dash, and then up along the door pillar here, and then we'll come up here and they'll install the big camera, front-facing camera, right under there. Did a quick check, and I'm getting power to the the front camera and plugged in the other two cameras, and I'm getting footage on each of those, so I'm satisfied that this is all wired correctly. So I'm going to put it back together. You can see I'm kind of lucky here because I just have a standard radio in this truck. I don't have the big 12-inch entertainment system, so I have a lot of kind of a cavernous spot back here to hide all my wires. So just kind of tape them up and put them back in there, and then I'll put the front back on here. Okay, next I'm going to find the right spot to put it in. I've got its app going. It doesn't have a screen, so you have to use the app. So set up the app so that I can check and make sure I'm getting a good view. I'm going to put it in behind the mirror here, kind of out of the driver's view. Hide it away under there. Okay, so I've got the rear camera mounted, same thing, 3M tape. And then I've run the wire along the back headliner there and along the side, hidden it behind everything. And then we've also got the interior camera mounted up there behind the headliner, and it's all fitting in place right at the end of this camera right here. So let's take her out for a spin, see what the footage looks like. So as you noticed in the rear view video, I have a solar panel mounted to a toolbox in the back of the truck. Now that solar panel collects energy, and inside the toolbox I actually have a lithium battery and a solar charger, and that charges that battery up. I also can charge that battery with my 7-pin cable, my tow cable, so I can keep that battery charged. And I use that battery as the supply for my parking monitor battery for the dash cam system. And that way I'm not affecting my actual engine battery. Now a lot of these brands of dash cams do have portable battery packs you can buy and install and use that way, but I just had these pieces lying around, so I was able to kind of put together this DIY system, and it's worked quite well. So solar panel, especially in the summertime, will keep everything charged. If it gets into a cloudy time or winter, I can plug my cable in when I'm driving the truck and keep that battery charged. That way I can have extended parking monitor time for my dash cams, which is pretty cool. So there you go. That's the installation of the 3-camera Blackvue system. Stay tuned, because in a few weeks I'm going to come back with my review, and also I'll go through in detail all the interesting features the system has. It has GPS built in, so you can download software and then you can play back on your computer the files, and it'll transfer onto a map. Also there's an app for it, of course, to look at the footage and to control things, but it also has an interesting feature called the Blackvue Cloud. So this particular model has there's a free version of the cloud, and you can also pay for more advanced versions. But I just set it up here. I'm in a campground down in Arizona, and you can see there it's showing me I'm parked. So right now the truck is out parked in front of our camper, and I can go through the internet and actually see a live view of it or playback files. So let's just go to the live view here. Takes a little bit because it's going all the way through the internet, so just to kind of download the stream. So that's kind of what's going on facing forward. My hood is actually up a bit because we're in kind of a pack rat area here, so I have the hood up and some lights under it. But that's showing where we are, and then the front view. And I can go and we can look at the rear view. That's showing the back. It's a little bit the resolution isn't as good because it's going through the internet again, but you can actually see it from anywhere in the world. And then we got the interior view here, so that's kind of interesting. And then you can actually get push notifications of something happens to your vehicle. You can look at it real time, see what's going on. So that's a very cool feature. So I'll go and test that out and come back and let you know how that goes and the other features of the dash cam, and then we'll go through and give you a lot more footage. Anyway, till next time, Ray from Love You RV. Thanks for watching, everyone. Cheers, folks.